Coffee done. We're ready for the last match of the group for the Gladiators Atala. As we have loaded into Whispers of Gold. Top left side is the Korean Zerg, who lost, I would say surprisingly, yesterday against Australia. SHIN for Gaimin Gladiators? Gaming, not Glaming. Gaming Gladiators. There we go. Bottom right side, guys, it is, of course, the Finnish phenom himself. The man who was close to finally knowing what it feels like to lose against somebody that's not called Clem. But in the end, he did not quite get to experience that feeling. It is Serral. Will this prediction run for another 50 minutes? No, that is indeed way too long. So I will close the prediction as soon as we are 4 minutes in this game. At minute 4, I will alt tap and I'll close it. Unless I have a moderator here who can close it for me, but I don't think I do. We've got 57 moderators, but they're never here, so I think I'll close it myself. Oh, Tobias is gonna close it. All right. At 4:00, the prediction will close. So get your points in now. A ZVZ between Serral and SHIN. Hello, one child. Good morning, matey. Thank you for the 19 months. No, the last thing I think I need is more mods. SW Pro. We've got a. I think there is a comment. Is it like /mods? Can't even count it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At least like 45. And I've already removed a couple, but I still think we have like 45. A couple of them are bots, like Stream Element, Team Liquid Chat. I did that for Mana, by the way. So I think in return I should get a Team Liquid hoodie or sweatpants. You know, like 10 of them at most? No, you know more than 10, mate. You definitely know more than 10. You know Air, you know Ember Drake. I think you know Endus. You definitely know Benny Fresh, you know Breugeltje, you know Marina, you know Coco. I think you know Cold Azurus. You know Demu, Ian Blue, Executor, Garlic Beats, Goblin, Kamachi, Shaitem. More than 10. Royalty, Tobias, Slowly. That's at least like 13 or 14 that you know. Yeah, some of them indeed don't stop by a lot. But what am I gonna do? Unmod them when they have subbed to my channel for like 75 months? Just because they are watching a bit less StarCraft, like unmodding them immediately seems a bit... I don't know, I feel bad about that. Big mailing connection there, as a lot of Zerglings do end up falling. There are 38 drones on the side of Serral. So what these guys from the WTL crew often do is that they don't switch players depending on where they spawn. And casting a ZVZ where the blue Zerg is spawning at the bottom side of the map but he's on the top side of the scoreboard is absolute hell. I find it difficult. But we'll try to keep track of it. What we do know is that a few links went down. Nobody has really committed to anything crazy yet. If the help Serral's the one ahead. I kind of feel like that's a default thing that you can apply to almost every game that you watch of Serral. Like, I don't really know what's happening, but Serral's ahead. It's like, that's a pretty safe bet. Lair is on the way for both of our players. The Serral is the first one who's firing up 5 roaches. I think it's mostly for safety. Korean Zergs in the past have been very aggressive against Serral and Reynor. In different tournaments, online, offline, it doesn't matter. And they're very good at making it look like nothing's happening, and then they still hit you with a devastating all-in. There's only so many times that Serral's gonna fall for that stuff. Tiny scout here, but these are the important ones for Serral. Sneaks in a Zergling. Sees another gas coming online. Takes a little look at the drone count. There's one more Zergling. Like, it may not seem like much, but all these tiny scouts give Serral the info that he needs to be Serral and make the right choices. How's that worked out for them? There was a time that it worked out very well for the Korean Zergs. I mean, we all think, at least I still think back of the first ever WTO Code S playoffs where Solar got the best of Serral twice, and he also got the best of Reynor, basically with nothing but very aggressive builds. A lot of roaches and lings, often no lair was built. They've definitely had success with it. Don't forget that SHIN also defeated Serral in IEM Katowice 2023. The one that Oliveira ended up winning. So they've had success with it, but it seems like nothing lasts forever when you're playing against Serral. Huh? The legendary 1 month of solo ZVZ goat. That was a real thing though. There were people yapping in every channel and every forum that Solar was actually the GOAT of ZVZ. I'm like, mate, I mean, his results have been amazing, don't get me wrong, but he's been all-hitting in almost every game. It's not like he has looked untouchable in every phase of ZVZ and he's an absolute master of the Viper Lurker battles. It's like, no, it was a lot of aggression and it worked out for a bit, but I need to see a little more before I call somebody the GOAT of a matchup. Well. SHIN has a Spire on the way, guys, and the Spire is like 60-70% done. And Serral has been scouting with the Overseers, but I don't know if he actually saw it. He is going to drop a Hydralisk then. He's going to drop a Lord. Okay, he's definitely seen it, and he's going to see it again as he drops 4 Roaches on top of it. This is actually very nice, because now you can also immediately confirm whether or not the Spire finishes off. And it definitely does. Now, will SHIN still make those Muras? ZVZ, guys, has reached a level where sometimes you let a Spire finish up and then you build nothing but Roaches and Ravages. Your opponent is investing in Spores and Hydras. Hydras need upgrades. And it can be hard to win a fight. But SHIN is going to make at least a couple Muras. The Koreans love to play Spire against Serral. Well, if we go back to the WCS days, Serral, even if he won those 4 WCS events in a single year, the closest that anybody got to defeating Serral twice. Obviously, Reynor got mega close in Montreal in the Grand Finals. That was a great Grand Finals. But it was Scarlet. And what Scarlet often did was just make sure that he would not play the exact same thing as Serral. And that would often lead up into Muras. So that is a statement that has not been just been true for the Korean Zergs, but I think even for a lot of the foreign Zergs over the years. When it comes to ZVZ, Serral is incredibly good. You can still get the best of him, but you don't want to do the exact same thing as him, because no one does it better. SHIN is going to jump on a few of the Roaches of Serral, and Serral did not have his entire army there yet. The Ravage count is pretty high on the side of SHIN, and Coliseum obviously can have a pretty devastating impact. You guys can see that these Hydras without their upgrades just kind of look silly. They feel slow and they have a hard time actually participating in the battle, but the numbers still look alright here for Serral. And he is avoiding the vast majority of the Coliseum from SHIN. The Muras have been used to take care of that drop lord. That's actually kind of nice. It's kind of like using a Phoenix or a Corrupted to shut down a War Prism. I think it's cute. And the drop lord may not be as annoying, but in the hands of Serral, it can become incredibly frustrating to get pings all the time in your main natural third base of the same drop lord that just keeps on picking up these Roaches. SHIN has played a pretty good game, but he is down in upgrades. He is waiting for his +2 missile attacks to finish up. That should happen in the near future. But Serral has now made it to the other side of the map. This is obviously, it's difficult to win a fight in general against the immediate reinforcements of your opponent. There's a couple Banelings in the mix as well, but they were slow Banes. I don't know. Like, Serral's Hydras are doing pretty good here. I don't think Serral can stick around forever. I think he is going to have to disengage. But while doing this, he's still finding some damage at that 12 o'clock base. He's doing a good job in getting in and out of range. But that's a hard fight to win. If both of the players are maxed out and SHIN has 4 hatcheries of immediate reinforcements participating in the fight, even if you're Serral, that's a difficult fight to win. Did no such thing, Pi. No. Serral Australia was good. Honestly, Australia is just a player to get very excited over already in the Masters Coliseum. I apparently spilled some coffee as SHIN is gonna walk up this ramp. I didn't expect it. That's why I moved my cup down. Now making a mess, but it's all good. Serral is having a much easier time being the defender than trying to crack open SHIN on the other side of the map. And while defending without really everything, he is finally finding good damage with his roaches on the other side of the map. SHIN definitely playing a strong game here. Like, I like what I see out of SHIN. Do I think it's good enough? I don't think so. I'm afraid for SHIN this is going to go Serral's way, as Serral is about to create a 2 upgrade advantage. I think his +2 carapace will be done before SHIN even has +1. I still think SHIN has played pretty damn good. And it's still lair tag for both players. And in a way that is the ultimate compliment that you can get if you can keep Serral at lair tag for a long time. Because Serral would obviously love to go into Hive and love to get some lurkers out. But I don't think he's ever felt comfortable enough to really spend all those resources on that kind of stuff. Serral is now setting up a big surround. SHIN is going to avoid whatever is happening behind him. And he's just going to jump on the units that are ahead of him. That were a bit exposed. Some of these Hydras, some of these Ravagers. Great fight so far by SHIN. But eventually SHIN is going to have to fight everything. And now he's kind of surrounded. The numbers still don't look that bad. Because Serral's got a lot of supply on the other side of the map. Serral has a lot of supply killing drones. And that's great. As long as he takes a decent fight here. But the start of this fight, guys, was not all that great for Serral. Serral has 25 roaches in production. But the problem for Yona as well is that they're going to come in from 2-3 different angles. SHIN has done really good here, but he is omega committed. He's omega all in, because at home everything is burning. And I think that if Serral starts pulling the drones, starts setting up that Serral surround, Serral will still have enough. SHIN made it close. That was a really good fight. And Serral almost had to pay a price for sending so many units to the other side of the map to arrest. But in the end, the great Yona Sutala knew what he was doing. GG gets called. Serral takes the 1-0 lead. And that means that this group is a wrap. It is Australia and Serral advancing. And we're going to find out if Serral advances in first place. But I guess that is already the case, right? Because he won a 2-0. He won the head-to-head. So even if Serral loses this 2-1, I think Serral will still always finish first. So from here on out, everything is a bonus. Ryan has 90 said Serral's dead. I don't know where exactly you thought Serral was dead. I guess towards the end, when he was having a tough time with all the units of SHIN, he had so much killing everything on the other side of the map. He was always going to be able to bring those units back. And with 25 roaches in production, like, you have a brand new army to work with. Serral making it out of Group A in the Masters Coliseum is not surprising. SHIN not making it out is a bit surprising. Because he has done really well in various online tournaments lately. I even thought he kind of came in as a dangerous outsider to maybe win this tournament. And I know that'd be a bit of a stretch. Because I don't favor SHIN over Clem. I don't favor him over Serral. Don't favor him over Maru. Probably don't favor him over MaxPax. Even if he had a couple of wins over MaxPax recently. But yeah, I expected SHIN to have a bit of a run. I'll be that honest. Seeing him go out in the group stage after just 2.5 series is surprising to me. StarCraft is a brutal game. And unfortunately for SHIN, he has kind of peaked in the wrong tournaments. This is one of the bigger online tournaments that we are going to have in a little while. And unfortunately for him, this wasn't his. We will still enjoy some bonus StarCraft today, though. Bottom left side, guys, he is going to try to get a perfect 3-0 score in the group. It is BASILISK Serral. And in the top right side, he's obviously a bit bummed out. He's a bit disappointed. He knows that he messed up yesterday, losing that best of 3 against Australia. And this one was always going to be hard. It is Gaimin Gladiator SHIN, also known as a Ragnarok. We'll still have one more best of 3 after this. I can take a look at the price distribution quickly. I mean, they're both going heads first anyway. See if we have a different storyline to work with. If you finish third place in the group, do you get more money? Yes. So I guess we can watch SHIN against Cure for 75 bucks. I mean, that's something. 75 buckies, single best of... Why do I have so many streams open? 75 buckies for a single best of 3 is not too bad. The drone pull from different angles was excellent by Serral. I mean, when it comes to defending, I don't think anybody does it better in ZVZ. Serral's so freaking good. He is so good. He is so hard to beat. We've obviously seen him lose ZVZs in the past, and if you think back of those games against Solar, but that wasn't really like, oh, Serral was trying to defend. This is like he saw things too late, or he had a misread, and then he has like 3 units against 20 units. But if the numbers are like anything he can truly work with, something that he can pull off some magic with, then he's going to be fine most of the time. If not all the time. Next weekend, the Masters Coliseum will continue, guys. It is every Saturday morning, every Sunday morning. And next weekend we'll have an amazing group. Probably my favorite group. It will be Rogue, MaxPax, Reynor, and Skillis. So PvZ galore. Yes, we're gonna see a lot of 1 gate fast expense with 2 adapts into oracles, but I think it's going to be really good. It's the kind of group where I almost feel that anybody can beat anybody. I don't think a single series is really going to be set in stone. Especially since Reynor comes in as a bit of a question mark. Reynor winning would not surprise me. Reynor losing wouldn't surprise me. It's just... And I think MaxPax PvP is a tiny bit more vulnerable in this patch than it was in previous patches. So I think Skiller's got a shot there. I think Rogue will have a difficult time beating Max, but he's still Rogue. He's one of the best to ever do it. So no, Australia advanced, cutie. Serral is going to advance in first place, and Australia has advanced in second place. The mirrors are match 1 and 6. Matches 2 to 5 are going to be 4 straight PvZ. Yeah, but it's split up in 2 days. So then we'll have a mirror to kick the day off with. Then we have PvZ into PvZ, but then we have a day break. And then we have PvZ. But if 22 hours go by, we don't even think about those PvZs anymore, man. What do you think of this extended format? What do you mean with the extended format? It's just round robin, no? I don't mind round robin. I think round robin is actually superior to the GSL format if you have clear favorites and underdogs. I think GSL format is awesome if you feel like all 4 players can beat each other. But the moment one guy is clearly weaker or one guy is clearly better, I think the GSL format is immediately kind of underwhelming. You mean the entire event spread out over time? I'm totally fine with it. Gives me something to look forward to. Knowing that there is high-level StarCraft with money on the line every weekend to look forward to makes me happy. I should sell used cars. Such a great upseller of PvZ. PvZ can be very fun. We just saw it. Australia Serral Game 3 was awesome. Those are the kind of PvZs that I really love. Serral's the one, guys, firing up 12 roaches here. As SHIN's got a lair attack on the way. He's investing in +1 missile attacks. Serral is going to be the Korean Zerg in this second game. I love it. I know what you guys did against me so many times. We'll see how you like it. Lethal got some wins yesterday. Sweet baby Jesus. Competition must have been very low if Lethal can get wins. In anything, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter. StarCraft, Deadlock, Go-Karting, F1. You know that the competition was special if Lethal is getting wins. Oh, it was Alex. Alex is different. Alex is a gamer. Here comes Serral, guys. He does have some drones on the way. He does have a lair attack behind this, but obviously Serral wanted to make something happen here. But I don't think he can. SHIN actually has had a very good read on the situation. Now his units are very clumped up, and the banelings of I kind of feel Serral should have used them immediately. Serral waited a little bit longer, still got okay-ish connections. He's now grabbing a couple of the queens. How are the Zerglings of SHIN doing on the other side of the map? I don't see a dead working account. I have the feeling that Serral is dealing with that too. But SHIN should be okay here. Defender's advantage is massive. Serral obviously made this attack without roach speed. So it's not like he's going to have reinforcements show up. Losing the queen stings a little bit there, but overall, strong defense by SHIN. Part of Alex, nickname in Italian, translates to lethal. So now we have 2 lethals. We can't do that to Alex. That's not nice. I'm not comparing you to something terrible either, Pi. Serral is afraid of the counterattack by SHIN because Serral obviously knows that he's kind of poked the bear. He went for a build that forced SHIN to make a lot of units. And SHIN is like, well, if you want me to make a lot of units, I'll make a lot of units. That's kind of what I was planning to do anyway. Now he's already here. Serral's supply is looking fine. I think Serral can actually maybe cancel a couple of the spines. I don't think he really needs 4 spines here, but yeah, that's very easy for us to say. Serral doesn't exactly know how many more units are on the way. At this point, it is starting to look like Serral will stabilize here, but the real threat, guys, is the Spire. We had a Spire in that first game. It kind of got scouted. By the sounds of it, by the way, I think Serral just cancelled a spine or 2. I think 2 out of the 4 spines did get cancelled at the last second. Just 1? I thought it was 2. That's fine. Couldn't see it. I could only hear it, but it just sounded like a double cancel. More often than not, I'm not something terrible that what it compares others to. Not at all. Only when I talk about your StarCraft skills, Spy. StarCraft is a difficult game. That's not your fault. You're excellent in other games. I haven't seen them yet, but I am sure you are. StarCraft is just very difficult. That's not your fault. I struggle too, Pi. 10 Basilisk on the way for SHIN, and I kind of missed. Well, if Serral already saw this or not. Based on everything I see on the production tab, guys, I have the feeling that Serral did not see the Spire. Actually means Serral is in a bit of trouble. Well, he's gonna drop the Hydralisk then. That might just be like a default thing for Serral. The Overseer is gonna get picked up by the Basilisk, but this honestly... Serral goes for a very deep breath. And he's like, here we go again. Time for some Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawlers have less HP, but deal insane damage. 4 spores and a Hydralisk then, but obviously you're not gonna have the Hydra upgrades for a while. The queens are here to buy some time for one of these spores, but SHIN is just gonna battle these queens. Does he lose a Mira? No, he does not. Kills a queen, does not lose a single Mira. One of the Miras very low on HP. I expect Serral to gun it down, but Serral actually goes for a different one. The Spore Crawler has finished up though, but it's the Spore that gets picked off. 11 Hydras on the way. Serral's counting down the seconds for these 11 Hydras to spawn. Look at that Spore Crawler, guys. Oh, our spores so freaking good. Spores are absolute animals. They have less HP. They had 400, now 300. But they kill everything so quick. I'm pretty certain that Spore Crawlers are born with the glass cannon upgrade. Prof Nuggy says Serral's not in trouble. I would not totally agree with that. I do think Serral's in a bit of trouble. Does SHIN have Baneling speed? I know that the supply looks healthy right now for Serral. But if SHIN can have a couple Banelings connect with these Hydras one time and one time only, then Serral's kind of dead. Now, if the Banelings do not connect with the Hydras and Serral's army reigns supreme, yeah, he does have Baneling speed. I think Serral's in trouble, mate. You say turtle, Serral begins. I don't think Serral wants to turtle this game. I think Serral just wants to grab everything he has and freaking send it. Especially after losing these 22 workers. That does mean that he's going to have an outrageously large army. We are already looking at 146 army supply, and it's going to get even more. SHIN might go for an all-out base trade. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. The main objective for SHIN will be get Banelings on top of these Hydras. If SHIN can do that, we're going to game 3. If Banelings do not get on top of these Hydras, well, then I don't see how he ever kills his army. 5 more Banes on the way. Serral already sees them and he's moving his roaches in a position. The Basilisk count is damn high. The Hydra count is incredibly high too though. Baneling's trying to buy some time. Baneling's coming in from the... Oh, he's moving the roaches. What a force field by Yona. Oh my god. You shall not pass. The beautiful move on those roaches by Serral. And he prevents every single Baneling from getting even close to these Hydras. And now SHIN is in trouble. Ah, that's insane. Incredibly well done. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful stuff coming out of Serral. Even when he's on 28 rounds, we are singing his praise because he's just a beast. Serral is just a beast, and now SHIN is forced to take a fight, and I don't think he really wants to take. Even though these Mutalisks, by the way, are in very, very high numbers, and the Mutalisks are actually doing really good against the Hydras. Damn, the fact that the Roaches, by the way, were already split into the third, into the main base, actually kind of painful there. Huh. Serral maybe left those Hydras a tiny balls there. And now we're just gaming. Now we are absolutely gaming. As SHIN has lost 47 drones, but he's still enjoying a 12 worker lead. Serral is trying to pick off a few more workers with roaches. I mean, these drones are spread across 4 bases. That's so annoying. Is it still SHIN, guys? Oh, Serral. The couple units that SHIN had on the ground there to help out against the Hydras with the Mutas, I really think made all the difference. That's so many extra Hydras, though. Sweet baby Jesus. I know roaches are cheap, but how the hell are Hydras this cheap? Zerg, man. Unbelievable, guys. Even in his EVZ, I find Zerg unbelievable. What is this? Buy 2, get the third one for free. We know that that's the case with Zerglings and Roaches and Banelings, but even Hydras? For years they have tried to tell us that Hydras are expensive. No cancel on that Spire. SHIN can spend his gas, can spend his money. SHIN lost all his stack, guys. He can't even make Banelings right now. Now he's going to be forced to make a lot of Zerglings into all the... Oh my god, he's even going to lose the spawning pool. He's losing everything. Serral is a beast. 26 drones. Serral is an absolute animal. That was not on my bingo list for casting today, guys. Never did I think I'd be talking about 26 drones Serral, but... 2 halen, 2 betalen. That's what it should be. Honestly, man. Whenever I watch high-level Zerg, I always feel like they have these stickers on the windows. Sales! Moving into new location. Everything needs to go! And then you buy 1 Hydra and you get 3 for free. It's the ultimate Black Friday sale. I cannot believe how many Hydras Serral was able to make after he already lost all of his workers. He was very close to winning the best of 3, Pori. Very, very close. Honestly, for the longest time, the vast majority of us thought Australia was winning game 3. Few Banelings are here, and they will get some connections. And there are more Banelings. Actually kind of tricky here for Serral. Man, look at those Banelings. Banelings connecting with Hydras when we don't really expect it anymore. Serral probably wondering where on earth did you get that money from. Now it's SHIN with 15 drones, who takes a good fight. But I'm afraid it's a little bit too late. That was a really good fight. That is what SHIN just needed a little earlier. When he didn't lose all his tech. When he didn't fall down all the way to 14 drones. I mean, if you're Serral right now, probably in your mind, you're kind of Omega dead, no? Even though you know you've killed a lot and you've killed all the tech. There's no way that you look at your supply, you're like, I'm at 60 supply, I've got 26 drones. I'm feeling good about it. But he is still going to win. I had to double check that. I was like, please make sure that it's not Serral who left there, because Serral is winning. But it was not Serral who left. Serral still finds a way because of an absolutely magnificent Roach force field that kept the Hydra safe. Find someone who takes care of you like Serral took care of that first wave of Hydras. And you'll be a very happy individual in life. GG's. Serral wins the group. We'll settle that prediction. And we have one more bonus best of 3.